happy, Mom?
I am so happy.
What is success?
Success for me means being obedient to God in all seasons of my life, and so far I think I have been successful.
What do you for you, Mom?
I'm looking forward to all the places God will take me with my family.
Good job, Mom.
Thanks, baby.
I go get iPad, Mom.
Yes, now you can get a lollipop. Well, hello, and peace to a future me and anyone else listening. Peace to a future me and anyone else watching. Peace to a future me and anyone else listening. I am recording from the van, and I don't know why I'm recording. I just feel the need to, or the desire to talk to a future me or a future whoever. So for as long as I can remember, I have been making these videos where I talk to a future self of mine. And I think I started making them just to capture exactly what I was feeling in a specific moment in time, so that my future self could look back and just see how far I've come or didn't come, or what the Lord was teaching me in the time. And also I think it was a really good venting medium for me, like to be able to just, it's like a visual diary, like an audio diary. Sometimes you feel so much that writing it down just takes way too long, and it's easier to just talk. And so I always pictured I was talking to my future self. Anyway, that's what I'm gonna do today. I want to capture exactly how I feel as I am about to turn 30, which to me seems like a really, really, really big deal, especially in this season of my life, because yeah, so much has happened. My life is so different than I could have ever imagined. So how do I feel in today's time? I have a little bit of notes written down, but as I approach 30, there's what, buddy? I feel like there's two feelings that I feel. One is just this incredible thankfulness and just proud of myself for all the things that I did, that I wanted to do. A long time ago, when I was working a job that I knew I didn't want to work in forever, I asked myself, like, what would it look like for me to actually be successful to myself? Like, what would I deem as success? And I realized that success to me was just being obedient in every single season to what the Lord was calling me to do, whether it was hard, whatever it was, being absolutely obedient. And two, I asked myself, like, how can I do the most good in this world? Like, how can I do my part to the most of my ability? And at the end of the day, it all came down to obedience. And so I feel like although I may have been really slow or like dragged my feet in doing things that the Lord has asked me to do, I may have complained a lot, I feel like I have, worked that muscle of just obedience and knowing that the Lord's way is so much better. So I'm proud of myself for that. I also feel this incredible, indescribable feeling of love and thankfulness that I get to be a mom to my two children. Like, these little boys, if you have children, it's just this feeling of, it's a miracle. It all just feels like a miracle. That's on one hand. On the other hand, I feel like I have so much that I want to accomplish, that I want to do, and I feel like I have been just delaying and delaying and delaying. So looking ahead to my 30s, this decade, I don't want this to be a decade of procrastination or delaying anymore. Like I just want to do the things that have always been on the back burner for me to do. I want to finish writing a book. Yeah. And get it traditionally published. That's what I want to happen in this decade. Hopefully within the next 5 years, I don't know. But this year, on my 30th year, it would be the greatest gift to myself if I could finish writing a book and pursue the means to getting it traditionally published. Not Amazon, not any other independent publishers. Like, I want to actually traditionally publish a book. I've actually so many written already. I have children's books written. I have so many plot lines like written out. I have so much, and I've just been delaying it because of whatever. For me, saying it out loud is really helpful. Like, it keeps myself accountable. This also reminds me of when I was younger, and even till this day, I think one of my greatest fears is mediocrity and just doing things that, like, not living up to my potential. And so I have, on one hand, this gratitude that my past self has diligently plowed ahead and did the things that I wanted to do, but then also this feeling of pressure because there are still so many things that I want to do. So I feel that fear of mediocrity just settling in. Like, what if I don't do them? What if I continue to be lazy? What if something happens and I don't end up doing the things that I want to do? I mean, ultimately, that's why it was so helpful for me to define success as obedience. And as long as I'm taking steps in obedience, I am successful. Like, success for me is something that I can obtain every single day, and it's something that doesn't depend on any external things. It really just depends on my heart posture towards the Lord. And that's something I can have daily. And so, sure, of course it would be heartbreaking if I didn't complete the things that I've always wanted to do. But at the end of the day, success is something that I can find daily in my obedience to the Lord. To a future me watching, I hope you have accomplished or are accomplishing those things that we know that we want to do. I just want you to know how great it is in this season to be a mom, no matter how hard it may be, to be a wife, no matter what. It is the greatest gift that I ever could have received. And just looking back at how far the Lord has brought us from being in just such toxic relationships, being in just places that I wasn't meant to be, look how far the Lord has taken us. I can't imagine my life any other way. It feels actually perfect. Like, I may not... Yeah? I may not have all the things in the world. I may not have accomplished everything I want to do yet, but every day my life literally feels like a miracle, that the Lord literally picked me up out of just such a dark and awful time period, turned me around and gave me just such a bright direction, and I couldn't be more thankful. That's how I feel. That's how I feel about to turn 30. And I just want to just zoom on. I think a lot of people, I've always heard people talk about turning 30 or getting older. And I have always said I am happy to get older, because my 20s, man, up until 25, they were so rough. Like, some of the roughest time periods of my life. Like, I had a quarter life crisis. I dropped out of college. I was in a religious group that I had no business being in. I was, so many things. I'm pretty sure I've made videos about them. And it feels like once I met Tyler, my husband, turned 25, my brain started working a little bit better. and I actually started being obedient to the Lord, everything just switched and my life just looks so different.
Look at the stars, look how they shine for you. Everything you do, yeah, they were all yellow. I came along, I wrote a song for you. All the things you do,
Dembe. That's a
and it was called yellow. So then I took my turn. Oh, what a thing to done. And it was all yellow. Your skin, oh yeah, your skin rose.
And yeah, I can only attribute that to the faithful and steadfast love and grace of God pursuing me every single day. Literally every single day. But I genuinely have high hopes for my 30s, for that decade. I just know it's going to be so much better. Because like as you mature, if you are growing in the Lord means leveling up. It means getting better. It means being a kinder, a gentler person. It means being more firm in what you believe. It means having more wisdom. Like wisdom is just the glue to life. Like without wisdom, everything just falls apart. And that's what I attribute the darkness to my 20s to, is just a lack of wisdom and obedience. And so now, the older you get, the more wisdom you gain, and I feel like the brighter life becomes. And so, again, I have high hopes for my 30s. I just know it's going to be a beautiful time. Thank you all. If you are on this journey with me, thanks for watching. I hope that we just continue to grow this community, not only in people, but like deeper. So yeah, thanks for being here. And what else is there to say? Do you have anything else, Augie? You have anything else to add? No? Okay. Well, I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.